which of you are going to speak?
We forgot to assign one person, right? I thought
Okay,
one
then,
person from our room, right? Not us.
I think so. Maybe we can just pick a few key things that we thought was interesting from the Jamboard. Then we can just
Can we share the Jamboard?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good idea.
Since I'm in the group, I will share a few takeaways that I got that I felt was quite interesting as well to just get things started. I think one point that was shared to make the interaction more exciting was to keep the WhatsApp group more active by having a table topic session that is ongoing 24/7. So someone will come up with a topic, and members, if they want to, can record a video of themselves like talking about a topic, and then we can have an open discussion about how everyone did. And I thought that was a great idea that never crossed my mind, and that we can try to do in Thomson Toastmasters. Yeah. Okay. Larry, you want to share about some of your takeaways from the session?
I'm getting the sense that a lot of members are really looking to connect offline, and so it's kind of a continuation of like the online meetings are fantastic and the opportunities to interact more, but they want to go back offline and really looking forward to the activities. So while we were talking about the programs, I realized that we were also thinking a lot about how do we engage members more and be able to share what members are currently doing, the kind of achievements that they have, just paying more attention to it. And I think this really speaks to how all our functions are really connected. So it's not just like the membership people are the people who are gelling everybody together, but that the VPEs also have a role to come in and then to support that process.
Okay, thank you, Larry. Ray, do you have anything to add?
I think so. Yeah, we've gathered all the ideas there on the Jamboard. I guess that is a good summary. So.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. Can we have the next group to share about what they have learned from their session? Maybe can we have the outreach group to share?
Dinesh will be doing the sharing for outreach group.
I hope everyone can see my screen. So I'll just summarize very quickly what we discussed earlier. So we felt that from the sharing that the idea of having like Facebook as well as Instagram and trying to reach out to people is a good way of publicizing ourselves. But at the same time, also we should assess and see what works best. So for example, websites, Thomas mentioned about how it's quite hard to set up a website in the sense about the money involved, the effort, as well as time, and that there are several Toastmaster clubs already with websites out there and which are established. So in that sense, it might be better to fine-tune our efforts and focus more on things like Facebook or possibly Instagram to reach out and publicize our club chapter meetings as well as our programs. And also for like YouTube channel, that's a good idea. Many of the people in our breakout room thought that was a good idea. At the same time, also trying to maximize our outreach for YouTube would be to maybe cut out certain parts of the speech and then instead of having the whole speech down there, because if you have the whole speech there, chances are it's just going to be you and maybe your family, friends, and your Toastmaster friends as well who are going to be looking at those videos. And I think that one thing which was brought up was how the warmth and homeliness in our club, which I think is something we will try to, which might be a bit tricky, trying to replicate that kind of atmosphere online, because, in-person meetings is much easier. Our sessions after the meetings where we go and eat, to be able to bond with our members as well as guests and to bond with everyone, that's much easier, but online might be a bit tricky. So suggestions were brought up about how to have more breakout sessions, like what was done earlier, as well as maybe before the start of the meeting to have breakout sessions. to get to know one another, and that was something which was suggested. And maybe just the last point, since um, also to try to make table topics understandable for all, because one member actually brought up about how she had a guest come over to her Toastmaster meeting online, and the table topics were something which was not easy to understand, and she felt that she did not do too well, and that actually discouraged her from attending future meetings. So I think that's something which is important to take note, because to be honest, also I've attended meetings whereby I felt the table topics also was I don't know what I speak about it, and like what the member said, if she herself as a Toastmaster felt it difficult, to talk about a table topic, what more a guest, that's going to discourage them. So I think that's something to bear in mind. If you want to make complex table topics, maybe have that option of two kind of table topics, a complex and maybe a easier table topics. So those want to take up the challenge then can go for the complex ones, because I think it's important that we try to cater to everyone and understand that all of us have differing abilities in terms of, especially for table topics, because it comes with practice, and for guests, they might not have that practice. And I think, that's about it for me. So everything is in the Jamboard, and I'll keep a copy of it.
Okay, thank you, Dinesh, for the sharing. Sounds like you guys had a very good session. Outreach is definitely something that every clubs would have difficulty with, especially during these COVID times. And that makes it even more important for us to reach out to our members and get them more interested in coming to the online Zoom meeting. Okay. If I can add, I think that YouTube was a great idea. But maybe we can do Instagram as well, because not everybody will go on YouTube and search for our club. If we go on Instagram, then we get more personal, and we put the video where every one of our members' attention is. So, all right. Anyway, thank you, Dinesh, for sharing. There were a lot of takeaways. Can we have the last group to send their representative in to speak about what they have learned? Cheryl, or who is the representative?
Yeah, I'll be sharing. So I'll share my screen. So I guess for our room, there were quite a lot of good ideas. Especially what really attracted me was the Google Drive, and how do you upload the information more efficiently. So I think one of the members actually suggested that we should prioritize the information that we upload. So first should be the information that we use on a daily basis, like your meeting notes, valuation forms, counter forms. These are forms that you use every day, every single meeting. So this should be uploaded first, followed by the periphery ones that are not used so often. Yeah. So another way that she thought that we could organize it is to organize it through a different pathways, according to the pathway system, so that for a member it's very easy to see what he needs to download and stuff like that. Yeah. But we understand that the digitalization process is pretty difficult, and it will take some time. And so we actually thought of having like refresher sessions to help people to understand how to use Google Drive in a meaningful way and more efficiently. Some other stuff we talked about was the recording who are the winners each meeting. So to encourage them using virtual ribbons, as well as being more consistent in how we time our presentation and things like that, due to Zoom. Because of Zoom issues, so we need to be more consistent in the way that we use Zoom to track the timing. Because sometimes I think some of us may lose track of the timing because we do not see the physical red or green or orange lights. Yeah, so this is one of the other factors that we talked about. I think these are the main points that we have discussed, and the rest of the points are in the Jamboard. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Brandon, for sharing. Also very interesting. I think times are changing, and now we are moving online. It becomes more important for us to have the right SOPs in place so that meetings can proceed smoothly.